Good morning, or should I say good evening, as I've been awake pretty much since 6 in the morning. Did a light workout, got some things done already, and we're just waiting for market to open up right now. I'm actually already in a position. I'm already long, as you guys can pretty much tell. I'm long from the 0250. I got my stop down here. We did have a little bit of a bounce already, and it kind of faded off a little bit, so we'll see. It's I'm taking a little bit of a risky trade here. I wouldn't recommend you or anybody follow my trades. Obviously, there's a risk to every trade, so do not take it. Do not. This is a pretty risky trade in my opinion, but because of how strong we're pretty much starting to push, I'm choosing to take it. It's only on one contract anyways. Right now, the position, you can see it right here. It's on my Combine account. This is the third day of my 50,000 challenge count that I'm pretty much on. And yeah, we're pretty much more than halfway done. We just got to make 1,500 today. And then that's it. It's done. Or actually, no, less. Like about 1,100, I think it is, or $1,000. But yeah, I think it's doable. We'll see what happens in market open. This thing could easily chop around a little bit more. But I'm choosing to stick with this position for now. Just because we could pop off it pretty easily. So yeah, let me show you guys something I'm pretty much looking over here, my thought process to why I'm long right now. But like I said, it is a risky trade because it is kind of forming this sort of bear flag here. If we do get denied, right, we would essentially start selling and we could tear through these stops. So it is the shape it's making. It's sort of something like this, like a flag, right? Bear flag. We could sell off. So I'm gonna keep my stop pretty tight. But I'm banking in on the momentum pretty much continuing to push through and essentially just breaking right through the top. And if we can break right through that top, we can break above this resistance. I think that this is now weaker, this resistance up here. And we could potentially head on off to the races. And my beautiful blue line there, the 2350, that's the current all-time high. That is the current magnet in my opinion. The market would probably like to go there. But the market is not as simple as you put a line there and then it's going to get to it. So we could chop around at open. That's the only thing I'm worried about, chopping. If the market chooses to chop at open, or, you know, it might flush all this and then basically like take out all these people and then maybe head on higher. Or we could just pump like we have been doing pretty recently. So this is the hourly chart I'm looking at here where I get pretty much most of my ideas. Like I said, if we break over that 0625, I'm pretty much not sure because nothing's guaranteed in the market, but I'm pretty confident that pretty much price will head on higher and try to break above here, and then we could be off to the races. Like I said, the current all-time high is up here, so this is always going to be a reference point right here. And the idea right now of what we are essentially making is trying to break out so that we could hover price above the all-time high. It's kind of the same story with that 67.50 that was the previous all-time high here. This is the previous all-time high. We were pretty much selling from below it. We trap, we consolidate, we push higher, and then with the NVDA earnings and the catalyst that happened, price destroyed that high eventually. Again, these things take time to consolidate in areas, and after it breaks above, we make the current high, which is 23.50. So price needed to hold 66.50, which was the previous high. And all week long, it's been holding. And if we go back to it right now from here, I think it's probably a bad thing. But the idea was simple on Sunday. This needed to hold, and it did hold. It trapped below, you can see that, and reclaimed. Trapped below, reclaimed. Same idea. Right now, we were in consolidation mode for this next push higher. Will it happen right here, right now? I have no idea, right? I can only position myself in a way where the moves will happen before the moves happen. I cannot position myself buying at 23.50 because that's already at the breakout point, right? So again, I'm trying to small long off here, nothing crazy. I'm not risking too much because I understand that right now we could be chopping, we could be pulling back slightly, and it would still be totally fine. It would still be healthy as long as that 67 held, which it did. So we cannot go back to test that. I think, in my opinion, right now it's super weak. Like, look at this. Look how many times we bounced from here, right? there's only so many times that this level will be predictable enough that you can essentially buy off it. And not just that, like that proves that it's support, right? This area is all support. But the more we test it, the weaker it becomes. So now the idea is, after consolidating pretty much all week long, right? We finally started to get a breakout with yesterday with the catalyst of the 8:30 news, and then we push. We actually closed the gap because when we pushed this at 8:30, we left a massive gap in the chart. And look at that. It filled it right to the tick almost. I'm going to show you in the 2-minute. Yes, I am still in my position. There's nothing for me to do here, but have my stop where it needs to be. See, like this is what I like about the way I trade. Like if I get stopped, I'm fine with that. I understand the risk. I understand that I'm positioned well. I understand that I'm at a comfortable size. Like I'm not in on 5 lots where if I get stopped, I'm going to be blowing up. No, I'm buying at a place where I feel like it was a good spot to buy. I saw this little flush below the support. Now I just got to let it be. I got my stop where it needs to be. If I get stopped, then so be it. If we're going to push, great, perfect. But anyway, so I'm already in a position, like I said, could stop me. That's fine. That's a risk I'm willing to take. I can more than afford that risk there. But I just want to go over some technicals to pretty much, I guess, maybe help you out, give you some ideas too for the future. This is the 2-minute time frame. And let's see where that rip happened yesterday. So this would have been the rip yesterday. Let me put this up right here at 8:30. So this is the session with electronic trading hours. If you go to regular hours, you can see here yesterday on Wednesday, price closed at 50.71. When we opened up, we were hovering in the high 51, well, in the low 5100s, 50.98. Like we were pretty high up here. And then look at that. Price sells off, continues to consolidate at this support, and then sells off and filled it pretty much to the tick. Look at that. Right to the tick. Again, do you trade every single gap this way? This one was a beautiful gap fill, but I don't, because it's very easy to get fooled by gaps. There's a lot of gaps to the downside right now that we've left. Does that mean that the market is gonna crash and go fill those gaps? Probably not. Probably we will over time in the next market crash, but I'm not gonna be here predicting when that will be. I can only give you the rough idea that these gaps sometimes like to get filled, and which ones will get filled, it's anyone's guess. There's lots of them to the downside right now, but doesn't mean I'm gonna be shorting here right now just because there's a gap to the downside, right? So again, just understand that that gap was filled, and it was a beautiful, beautiful gap fill, like right to the tick almost. And then actually flushed it below, reclaimed, and now that became a trap. And now look at that. We have this push higher. We attempt a breakout, and then we pretty much dipped right below it right after with the algorithms that do a lot of crazy stuff. And right now we're in this shape thingy-majiggy here. So we are with the overnight action. We pretty much are sort of where we closed at yesterday. Yesterday, yeah, we closed at, let me see, I think it was 99. Where did we close at? So 5,100. We closed at 5,100. Right now, price is at 5102. So it's pretty much right where we closed at. It's nothing crazy in terms of gaps. And we did overnight, I think we push. Where did we push to? Yeah, to the 16, which was nice. You want to see that. I didn't want this to be going above all-time highs overnight. That's actually annoying and frustrating when that happens. So if this trade fails, so let's assume that I get stopped, that's totally fine. I'm only in on one contract. If that trade were to fail, right now I'm very interested in this 88 level. You can see here's where we bounce from the overnight support. Very straightforward, very clean to see that we have support right here. And not just that, this also order block here. It's not order block. I just have it here. It's my support resistance lines from the hourly. So if I were to pull up the hourly, it's just pretty much, yeah, this is where I drew this yesterday, my support. I'm interested in that 91, 88 area. So if it comes down there, I'll be willing to give that a bid as well. But yeah, these are supports from the hourly time frame. So I get areas of support and resistance from my hourly time frame. So are we gonna break down? Maybe, maybe not. I think that as long as we hold this support at 5100, which is pretty much right where we closed that yesterday, we could potentially squeeze higher. But like I said, this is a risky trade. So I'm only in on one contract and I got my stop here. Do not take this trade. Out of all the moves and trades that I think the market could potentially give today, this one's the least likely one to work, but I'm still taking it just because if it does end up popping off from here, I'm already going to be in one, and I can essentially be adding later on afterwards when we do start tearing through some resistances. So again, it's a risky trade, but I am willing to give it a bid. I am willing to risk some funds there if this thing wants to keep on going. It's all about probabilities. That's what I think you need to understand mainly. That the market, it's about kind of probabilities. I'm buying at a support. It's a mild support, I would say, but it's still a support nonetheless. And there's been a lot of crazy bounces from less support, if you want to say. So I'm willing to take that risk. Like I said, I don't really trade these patterns. Like if it breaks below, great, that's fine. It's probably going to break below and then I'll be willing to buy it right here. I got my order block right here. I got my support. It's not an order block. It's just support from the chart. This is the hourly time frame. And that's pretty much the simplest ways to analyze the market, in my opinion. There's no need to do nothing like fancy, no fancy indicators. I do have the VWAP on here just because, again, a lot of people look at that and it is good for anybody to know, I guess. But do I make a trade just because of we're at that line? No, I don't. It doesn't really make any difference to me. On the 4-hourly candle time frame, you can see here we actually squeezed right above it. Look at that. Is it coincidence? I don't think so. I was long from here. No, what was it? 66. I posted up videos yesterday. You can go back and rewind them. I'm not talking numbers out of thin air. I'm actually long in these positions. And as I said, I pretty much showed all my entries at this point to get this combine passed. I'm gonna be showing all of them. This is the third day I'm on the challenge. I'm more than halfway. I just need to make, I think, $1,000 today. So yeah, should be okay. But yeah. So anyway, but going back to the analysis, very simple. I don't want to sound like a repetitive guy, but I just want to talk about, I like talking about the ideas of how I'm trading. And I don't really care about news and things like that. Like a lot of traders, they kind of put so much noise into their trading that essentially you can get paralysis in your analysis, basically, that you don't know if you can make a trade because the numbers were bad. You don't know if you can make a trade because this indicator's telling you that we're bearish or this one's telling you we're bullish. There's too much conflicting information in pretty much the trading world, in my opinion. So when you do the technical analysis like this, it's pretty simple, very straightforward. Again, look, this is the 4-hourly candle. These levels from a 4-hourly, they're going to have weight to them because it's 4-hour worth of price in each candle, right? We bounce from here, we bounce from here, we pretty much attempt to bounce from there. Like we try to get to that support, we didn't even reach it, so it just bounced right from there. So if we get here again, could we bounce from there? Probably. At this point though, I would probably like to see a little flush and then a reclaim, kind of something like this. You see how it pretty much flushed through back into this trend line and then squeezed right back to the top. So right now, we do have this little kind of top looking candle here, but again, I don't trade just because those candles are saying that could be a top. This is the all-time high technically. Something for you to understand and know. Guess what we have here? I talked about this on my last few videos too. There is so many stops here from shorts that have not taken profits or covered that if price were to pretty much go here, it's going to be the fuel to drive this higher. Over here, take a guess what is up here right now? Stops. There's stops everywhere in this chart. Now that we've trapped players up and down, we finally, I think that we have done a lot of trapping and price has consolidated enough. Potentially today could be a good day to get this rip and make the new high that I'm waiting for. I've been saying since pretty much Sunday. I think that I was bearish the entire week except for Monday after the flag broke down. I was short on that. So right now, there's nothing to do. We see we're hovering right at the support 15 minutes prior to the open. So that can be scary sometimes because we do get some whipsaw in price at open sometimes, like up and down, just because, I mean, there's a lot of orders sitting overnight, right? There's a lot of people who are trying to get in, adjust their positions, whatever it is, right at market open. So it could be choppy at open. I don't know. I'm still willing to give this a bid. Like I said, I wouldn't want to be missing out if it decides to rip, but I'm not going to be trying to trade with emotion. I just understand that this is a mild support, so I'm bidding it. That's it. Every support, some have more weight, some have less weight in terms of how reliable they can be. This one I would say has less, but because I'm in a combine account and, well, I mean, I think that we could potentially be going off higher after this trap from below here. This was actually the very nice trade here. You can see how we flush, we reclaim, we pretty much attempt to push, make a higher high, and then we're off to the races with a nice trend. So now price is basically consolidating here. You can see how nice and tight the price is getting. It's pretty much obvious for anybody to see this. So price is getting very tight. I do think we're going to get a nice move higher and or lower. I think that most people right now are bearish. Maybe. I think that a lot of people are thinking to themselves, look, we have the all-time high. We got denied. We're under the all-time high. We got denied at 1450. We're getting denied here again overnight. We're getting denied here again. We're getting denied here again. And we're building this nice trend line here. We attempted to break this trend line here. We're holding. So we could potentially break it to the upside. And another reason I also took this trade as well, I liked it, was right here. You can see a lot of people must have drawn this line as well. Something like this. What was it? Yeah, something like this. So they're thinking, okay, we are now basically, we broke down this trend line and then we attempted to push above it. Like, people get pretty creative with how they draw trend lines just to basically make a trade, right? So could they be right? Probably. It's a probability game at the end of the day, right? Just the probabilities, in my opinion, are trend is going up. I understand that. We've held support. We rallied slightly overnight. We are at a support. I'm not just trading randomly at random levels. I understand that. The probabilities, I think, are on my side when it comes to my trade. But that's all I can pretty much say. The probabilities on my trade. Do I feel like this is a good trade? I can tell you why it is a good trade. If you cannot answer yourself why your trade is not a good trade, well, then you're probably not in a good trade. And even if this fails, sometimes the best of trades, the best of setups that you will have will fail. And then the stupidest trades, the trades that you FOMO into, sometimes those trades will pay you out massively. But that's the problem, that those FOMO trades that do work, they're going to wreck your career over time because they're not always going to work. And they'll reward you one time and they'll take back profits for the next 10 times when you go into that trap of trading with emotions. So that's why I saw this support. I like how we flush with these wicks. You can see here, boom, price rebounds. Boom, price rebounds. We are at a support. When this happens, consolidation right at a support, I like it. I'm comfortable with taking a trade there. As you guys can see, I've been long this entire time. Have I even mentioned that I'm worried, that I'm scared? No, I mean, could I get stopped? Absolutely. It is what it is. It's part of trading. We have a stop for a reason. That's what stops were made for. You get in, you have your stop if you're wrong, and then you have you got your take profit. If this thing wants to start ripping, well, first take profit would obviously be the 08 target, second 13, and lastly probably 20, depending how many contracts I have by then and how this thing starts pushing. If we start pushing, okay, it's always an if, but I'm always going to react to price. I'm not going to try to predict price, okay? I'm reacting to the price. Water is necessary. Anyways, I'm done talking. I think I already said enough of the game plan. This fails, I'm bidding the next support, which would be at the 87 level. 87 to 91 level. And that's it. If it doesn't fail, well, great. I'm already long. Perfect. Beautiful. Let's go to this all-time high, which the market wants to make, in my opinion. I just don't know when it will be. It could be now. It could be later. It could be at 350 with the algorithms. Who knows? Actually, I'm gonna go get more water. I'm pretty much done this bottle, so give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll leave it. All right, I got the water. It's essential. We're still here, right above the O2 level, right above it. Oh yeah, by the way, we got the lucky shirt on today. Today is Friday. There's the lucky shirt on. So, I mean, it's lucky. It's a lucky day. And today's Friday. We're going to try to keep this short. One trade. Hopefully this thing starts ripping how I'm expecting. I can add into it and finish this combine and be over and done with. But again, I'm going to react to price. I'm not trying to predict it. I just know that was support. I buy there and you trade with conviction. Trading's supposed to be a little bit boring too. Like I always say before, I said before, trading is supposed to be a little bit boring. You're not supposed to be feeling like, you know, like this is life and death trade. If I get stopped, it gets stops. You lose, you lose. It is what it is. Let's see. I've been long this entire time. Again, so if I was like, let's say not streaming, I would just basically be, I don't know, out and about. I would be playing with the kids, doing something else. You don't need to sit through this. This is can be painful sometimes. So let's see what happens at open. Still long. How many times we already bounced from here? I could go break even just so that, you know, in case. But I think that we're still going to be chopping around at open. So I'm going to give this some wiggle room. I want to give it some time. It's, like I said, it's a trade. And I got to trade it with conviction. So this is what it's looking like right now. On a 3-minute time frame, you can see this exactly. This exact line is what everybody's looking at right now. Everybody's praying for this line to pretty much fail. All right. So what do you think is going to happen when this line fails? If it fails, everyone's going to be short. Everybody at open is going to be short. So that's why if it does end up failing, I will be essentially getting long over here. And then when price bounces from here, it's going to take out all the shorts and take out everybody who's short from here. That's why it's a risky trade. Like I said before, this trade that I'm on right now, I'm only in on one contract. But if it works in my favor and it does not even return back here, it's just going to rip. It's going to have to rip because then it's going to get denied and then it's going to waterfall. It'll go like this. Whoop, whoop, and then right? We don't want that. I do not want that. I want to see this thing just freaking, I don't want, like, just tear. Come back, rebound off here, and then potentially do something like this and just freaking go to the next high. If we're going to make new highs right now. Or there's always that last and final possibility that I don't even want to talk about. We do this. Sideways. And then that I mean, there's nothing to do there. And then right at 350, boom, new highs. So let's see what's gonna happen. Let's see what the future has in store for us and the stock market. We are 5 minutes from the open, a little bit more than 5, but we'll see. Look at the hourly. They're doing this on purpose, I think. This is the hourly chart. All right. Well, this is still there. So that's the hourly chart. And when you look at that, this is a super bearish pattern, typically. Not super bearish, but I mean, it's a flag, right? It's a bull flag that could fail and take out all these stops, right? So I understand that. Where's my stop right now? My stop is at 98.50. So my stop would be right here, right below this candle, right below the last hourly candle, right? Makes sense? So in case it does break below that hourly candle, it could potentially fail. And like I said, it could drop quite a bit. That's why my stop would be at the first level of pretty much failure of that flag. Could it rebound right from that level? Probably. But I'm not playing no games. If this is a bearish pattern, if it's gonna fail, it's gonna fail. So I'll be the first one out if it's gonna fail. If it's gonna pretty much fool everybody and retail and could just continue higher, perfect. I'm already long. Off support. It's not looking the best, I will be honest, but like I said, I could be at break even if I really wanted to, but I'm not, because I want to give this some room. If I go break even here, it's pretty much almost guaranteed to take me out. I might as well not even be in the trade at that point. The only reason why I could consider taking myself out is if I want to get a better entry down here or after we get some spikes lower. So we'll see what happens. Again, I'm already in. I'm not changing my position. I'm already long. I don't want to be flipping back and forth. I have a plan and I'm going to trade that plan. And then if this thing, the most perfect plan or the most perfect thing for me to see would be this thing to start ripping out open. And if it starts ripping out open, well, like I keep telling myself sometimes, it just hurts to be this good sometimes. It hurts. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Look at this. It's $50 on this trade so far. It's painful. You just got to sit through it. That can change quick, though. If this thing starts ripping, like I said, I'm going to be adding into the push. And yeah, my average will be going higher as well. But because we're bouncing off this support so many times, it could give a pretty good push. Let's see. Market is going to open up soon. We got a few minutes left. I'm only going to be interested in adding at above probably 08, because 08 is the area we could get denied. Makes sense? Like, look at this. You see where we break down? This was support, bounce, attempted a couple of bounces. If it were to break down, once it broke down, we are now trying to reclaim that level. We're trying to push back above it. So if we go back to the 08 and we get slapped very hard and price just waterfalls, well, then probably not a good ad, right? So that's why I want to probably wait a little bit to see how price opens. If price just starts like with a boner candle up, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's what I mean. Trading requires screen time as well. It's not just a matter of knowing where to buy, where to sell. It's not just a matter of finding support and resistance. It's also understanding how the market moves, seeing how the market is moving. That's what's going to give you experience to make trades with more conviction and to be able to hold through this crap. I've got long. What time was it? I got long at 8:38. It is 9:30 almost. I'm still long in the same trade. And I wasn't worried one bit. I was telling you my plan, my technical analysis. I wasn't even looking at the trade. And like I said, if I was long and I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't even be watching this. I would just be out and about. Probably not at 9:30 though. At 9:30 I would watch this because I would want to be adding, like I said. I'm still long. Come on, pay the bulls today. Pay the bulls. Market's about to open in pretty much 45 seconds. About to get exciting. About to get exciting. Look at that. 150 already on the trade. 162 already on one contract. This is already a good trade. A lot of people would take that. I don't. I'm looking for the bigger move. I don't go for the small fish. I don't want to make 150 bucks. This could be on my XFA for all. I'm not taking 150. No. I like to make trades where I'm risking 150, but I can make 600. Okay? I can make more than that. I'm not looking for a 1-to-1. You want to look for 1-to-1, 3 little points? That's not how I trade. I don't trade like that. Okay? I don't trade like that. Now let's see. This is the moment of truth. 08 is the moment of truth. Like I said, this is resistance here. If we reclaim this level, I'll be adding. If we do not, and we get slapped, well, then I'll be reducing my position and taking profit. But look at that. Look, like, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm already up 320 on this one trade, just of one contract. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Come on. Like, come on. Oh my gosh. Honestly, if I even let this one contract be and I make the $1,500 with one contract, this is fucking beautiful. This is amazing. This is amazing. Oh my goodness. I'm up 400 already on that trade. And I'm still not taking profit. I want to add. I want to see price come back. If we can come back, I'm going to be adding at 09. This is how you trade. You understand? Like, do you not? Like, this is beautiful. This was a perfect trade. Perfect. Perfect. This is as good as it gets. What more do people want? Like, I don't know what people watch nowadays, I swear. This is exactly why I started my own live stream. Like, I used to watch some people and I'm like, I'm not going to say no names, but it's like, they look at all fancy indicators, numbers. They look at some fantastic, beautiful yellow lines that they buy, that they pay for, they do, and blah, blah, blah. And like, it's ridiculous. All right, we are at 09. I'm going to add another one at 09. Like I said, I wanted to add another one at 09. That's what I said on the stream. You see how the price pulled back? I was waiting for that nice pullback. Now I am here on 2 contracts. All right. Like I said, I'm in on 2 now. I added one at 09. I'm going to be taking one out at 13. Come on, give me a push at 13. Come on. 13. Don't be mean, please. We just got to hover above that. We just got to hover above on, oh, wait. Maybe I was a bit late. Or this thing's not going to get pushing. Come on, baby. Take it out of 13. Take one out of 13. You know what? I see the dollar starting to rip. I don't know. This is giving me some weird feelings. Let's see if we gotta hold that await. We cannot dip below it. Come on, give me one at 13. I leave a runner and then that's it. Beautiful. Come on. Who the hell's calling me right now? Like, who calls me at 9:32 with a no caller ID? They called me already like 2 times. It could be important. Give me a second. It was my doctor. I had to pick up, okay? What kind of doctor calls you from a private number? Come on, ES. Take one out of 13. Come on. Don't do this again. Every time this thing does this, it's frustrating. Come on. Don't be mean. We got the plan out perfectly. We had the right idea. We bought at the right time. My average kind of sucks now because unfortunately I added one too late. Or yeah, pretty much. Yeah. In hindsight, 2020, I'm going to go break even just because there's no way that I'm losing on this trade. Again, it's a break even trade at this point because unfortunately the market doesn't want to rip. We had to rip through this level. Oh, 08, which we did. We're hovering above it, so that's great. Now we have to maintain it. We cannot lose it. If we're going to get going, we got to go to the next one. We got to go. The question is, how far will it pull back? I don't know. Give me one at 13, and then I can leave my runner, and then I can go out and enjoy the rest of my day. Come on, take one out of 13. One at 13, and then we go 20, and then that's it. Or she breaks me even. That would suck. I might just take it. I don't know. This thing, I'm not liking how this thing's moving. Come on, man. We're right below the all-time high. We are so close. We can get that 13. If I can take one out of 13, I can leave my runner. My mistake was I should have been in on more contracts at here, at 02. Nonetheless, it was still a good trade. I streamed the whole trade, but now I gotta get paid for that trade. All right? Come on, don't be hovering here. Are you kidding? Come on, yes, come on. 5. At 02, maybe I should take one out of 12 like that. Oh, man. This thing. It's painful. Fuck. Come on, ES. I'm not trying to blow up the account either. I could easily move my stop lower. If we're gonna come back, I'll look to add. See, we just gotta hold that weight. Come on, just hold the weight. Hold the weight. Fudge. Oh, come on. Fuck. I gotta get out. Prick. What a prick. God damn it. Are you kidding? Look at this. 50 bucks. Oh my God. 50 from a beautiful trade from there. My God, I should have just taken the fucking profit. But I don't like how this thing is getting denied here. It's like I said, it was a good trade. It was my mistake on how I handled it. I should have not been adding here. But I mean, everything is in hindsight, right? Because this thing could have easily gone, and then I would have been like, "Woo, look at that, the best." But didn't work out. Fuck. Gotta take profit. Well, now if this thing's gonna come back, maybe O2 again has another another bid in it. Come on, I had that $400-500, whatever. It happens. It happens to everybody. You don't take profit. But the trade was amazing though. That O2 trade was spot on. Okay, what's gonna happen? Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Bouncing right from there? Really? Shit happened. That's what I said. I could have had my stop down here, but didn't work out, did it? I'm gonna wait a little bit. We do have a little bit of a gap fill at 99.50. Maybe that's what the hell this thing wants. Because we did open up with a small gap, right? So look at this on a smaller time frame. 2 minute. Maybe that's what this thing wants. So wants to fill this gap here at the 5100.99. Maybe we fill the gap and then we go higher. But what a trade this was. I just didn't take profit. Fuck. Could have, would have, should have. Now the question is, will we hold here? I don't know. At this point, I want this thing to just fill the gap so we can move up in peace. That's what I want. The question is, will she do it? Well, sitting here waiting. I just broke even right here. We're pretty much right below my break even. I was in on 2. I added another one, unfortunately, way too late. But whatever, it happens. Maybe, like I said, we want to fill that gap. There is a small little gap at 5100 that we could close. And maybe after we fill that gap, we can have permission to go higher. Maybe that's what the market is waiting for. I was long already. This was a beautiful trade, but wow. I did not take profit. I didn't handle it as good as I should have. I really thought that we were going to get that all-time high right now for some reason. But it's okay. Things happen. So, but it is good to know that, like I said for the whole hour that I started streaming at 9. I was doing some technical analysis and stuff. You just got to hold with conviction with these levels, right? So held that 02. I added another one at, I think, at the 10. It was high. It was a ridiculous ad, and then I just broke even on that. So, but good thing we broke even. As you can see, it's starting to maybe potentially fill that gap. That's exactly why it's better to sometimes take the break even. You can see we're going for that gap fill probably right here, right at the 5100. Maybe after we fill the gap, maybe we push off higher. I'm still leaning towards that we will be pushing off higher. I am not going to be shorting. I'm not getting trigger short happy. I'm just waiting for a nice pop. Maybe here we get a nice pop. Again, the gap fill is at 5100. So you got to be cautious and aware of that, because we could go and fill that gap right now. And in my opinion, it's better if we just fill it, get it over and done with, and then we can maybe go to the new all-time highs. Maybe. I'm still betting that this thing wants higher. I don't think this thing wants lower. That was back at my original entry. I did not get in again, just for the reason of the gap. I want to see if this can close. This could be a bounce and then just to sell it lower again. But, or maybe this was the bounce. It just decided to do this push and come back to retest, which would really suck, because I was just long there. I was long for like 2 hours. I was up like 400 or 500. I didn't take profit. It happens. I know that with a good strategy, with buying at the right time, you can generate a lot of income, a lot of money from the trade anyway. So I'm not worried. One is just one. More is incoming. Just to briefly go over pretty much why I was buying there and my thought process behind a lot of pretty much the way I trade and what I do. So the hourly chart is where I get a lot of my levels from. So if this flag that we're kind of building right now does end up breaking, I'll be interested in taking longs of that 91 area. Not bearish on price today, nor that I have been all week. Like, look at this massive squeeze right off my 66 support, which is where I got long yesterday. It's all recorded. And I've been talking about it since Saturday, how 66 was going to be a key pivot right here. Why was 66 going to be a key pivot? Well, reason being, we do have the previous all-time high that we broke above, which the price was 66.25 or 66.50, but it's a rough area, right? So 66, 67. The point is simple. We break above it with this massive squeeze. You can see here, after NVDA earnings, right? We trap below, break above it. Okay, now that becomes support. And look at that. We trickle lower, 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 lower. We build this nice downtrend. Okay, we bounce off 66 multiple times. And then we are attempting to push off since yesterday at 8:30. I was long from here, okay? So now pretty much what I'm waiting for is if price wants to give me this entry, perfect, I'll take that. And it probably the best entry, to be honest, because like that, all these people get short happy and they think they found the top, and then it's just gonna bounce right off support probably, and we ride the wave higher. And up here, the reason I have these blocks here, they're not for nothing fancy. I was displaying that there's stops there pretty much. All these shorts here, they have their stops above here. So whenever the market's ready to push off, this thing is gonna rip. It's gonna rip, and we're gonna make new highs. Just that open, like I said, it can be choppy, right? Like we had that push, it's getting denied, bouncing right off support, but the idea is the same. We have resistance, we have support. I want to see that gap close. So like that, maybe it'll be an easier push later on. But what a prick. It bounced right from 02. I knew to be buying there. I was already long there. It's just, it's frustrating because it's like, now I can go and chase price here. That's chasing, in my opinion, because I know I should be long off down here. But it just sucks that it broke me even this. Sometimes price, it's unpredictable, right? You just gotta be able to hold with conviction, like I said. If I was in on 2 contracts here from 02 to 12, I would have already been $1,000 on the combine, pretty much done. But unfortunately, I was only in on 1. It happens. Come on, though. I don't know. Now I'm here second guessing everything. Like, could we pop? Yes. Could we dump? Yeah. So unless I'm long from here, I'm not gonna be considering risking anything up here. Here is worth the risk. Up here, it's not. So you get it from here, your stop is down here. My stop would be down here at the 98. The dollar is pretty much getting a boner candle to the upside. So that, again, that's not an indicator by any means, but typically if the dollar is showing strength or DXY, then basically ES will do this crap. Basically chop around, maybe do some fake outs to the upside and then sell off. I don't know. I just don't like when they're not working at this, like in opposites. So it's very nice sometimes when I see the dollar pushing higher and then ES selling off. Like that communication makes sense a lot of the times. Or vice versa, when ES is pushing, the dollar is selling. That I do like to see. Again, I don't just trade because the dollar is going higher. Doesn't mean that this thing's going to sell. But oftentimes it implies that, tells me to kind of stay out of it because it can do exactly what it's doing. Chop, up, down, up, down. I have no idea how to trade this. You could have shorted here. You could have gone long here. You could go long right now. You could short right now. You could do both. And both could work. Or you could lose on both. So it's best to stay out of it. Let's let price tell us which way it wants to go. Again, my bias is leaning towards the upside, but that doesn't mean that right now it's a good buy either. We got to wait for a spot. Where is my spot that I'm waiting for? Pretty simple. I want to see this flag fail because it's just too obvious if it fails. It'll be extremely obvious for this to fail right now and then bounce right from support. This is the obvious move, the short, right? You see how it wants to do it. So if that happens, these guys get taken out. All the longs are going to get taken out. Okay. And then, boom, we can buy at the next support. I want to be able to buy at a nice untested support. Look at how many times it's bouncing off of 2 already. 1 candle, 2. It's already bounced a few times. It's becoming predictable. Very predictable. Could I buy here? Why didn't I buy? Because look at it. I don't know. I don't trust the bounce right now. But I was already long from this level. That's another reason why I don't want to take it, because I was already long. It's like, it's just frustrating to see that I added another one here and then I broke even on it. Don't worry, this account's going to get done. I'm going to get it done today. I'm confident in my ability. I just want to see price test some new territory, test some new levels. The pretty obvious move would be the downside right now. everybody gets short happy, everybody jumps on the bandwagon to short, and then boom, bounces right off support, and then we use their stops as fuel. You got to understand how the nature of the market. The market needs to trap players. The market needs liquidity. The market needs orders. And the market is after your order. It needs to fill contracts, right? Well, if it wants to go higher, it's too obvious for it to just go higher. So sometimes the obvious move is the right one, but I'll choose to stay with my bias, which is maybe we sell and then we take out all these people and we bounce right off support and we push off to the new fresh highs. Will it happen? I have no idea. So don't guess. It's better to react. Right now, I want to see the gap get filled, and then we'll see what happens when that happens. Wow, DXY is pushing. Just in case you don't know what I'm talking about, what is DXY? DXY is essentially the US dollar, and this is the, again, I don't follow, I don't trade because of it, but it is pretty much pushing, so be wary of that. Sometimes it can influence the market. So that's the hourly, the 2 minute, it's the 2 minute, but this is DXY. Let me see actually something. Look at NQ as well. Let's see NQ. NQ's got kind of a similar setup as the ES. See, push at open, and then now we're consolidating in this range. But again, doesn't really matter. I just like to see them. It's actually extra noise in my opinion. All I need to know is that O2 is support. And if it breaks down, we're going to go to the next support. I want to get long off here, right here. This would be the perfect setup. The problem is it might not give me that setup. Wow, we're bouncing so many times of O5. That's quite amazing right here. I mean, O2. I don't know. I get this feeling that this thing wants to go, but am I really going to be bidding this thing right here? Look how many times it just came back again and it bounced again. This is where scalpers probably do best. You buy at O2, you sell at O5. You wait for it to come back, you buy again at O2, and then you sell at O5 again. Hey, it could work. I know people that trade like that and it works for them. So everybody sees the market differently. You can have the same chart, put 100 traders together, and you will get 100 different ideas of ways to trade the market. So all I need is my trade, make this combine pass, and I'm done. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to be rushing into a trade when I don't have to. One good trade is all you need. You need one good trade and you're done. Let me see if there's any news or anything. Again, I don't care about numbers, but I just like to know if there's news, because that could be our fuel to push higher. Yes, there is news at 10 o'clock. ISM manufacturing numbers. Again, you want to know what that is? Do your own homework. I have no idea. I mean, I have a little bit of an idea, but I don't really care. Because it's not going to improve my trading. If the numbers are bad, this thing will probably pump. All I need to know is that the numbers are coming out, because that will create fuel for this market to push. You know what? If this thing comes back again, I'm gonna be willing to risk this thing. Hopefully, I don't know. Is it really gonna just continue to bounce from here? I think we're just waiting for news at this point. I think market's waiting for that 10 o'clock news. So you're gonna have to be in before that news if you want to catch the squeeze. Again, I'm not predicting the market. I'm just simply stating that over 02 we could squeeze. We do have that gap fill at 01. So that's what's kind of keeping me on the fence with making this with this trade. Another reason being is that we do, like I said, we do have this obvious pattern here, the flag pattern. So the best trade would be if it would somehow fail and then come back here. But that would take some time. And that would mean that we're not going to be pushing right now. Or we're going to hold that 02 and we're going to just continue higher. It's almost 10 o'clock, so be wary of that. The plan is somewhat working. I do want it to sell off a little bit if we can. At least to the 01 so we can close this gap. Let's close the gap. Let's see. Oh my gosh, no way. It's going to bounce right from here again. Come on, sell it. This is the problem if it is going to sell. It basically, it's hard to break down the support level. It's very difficult. We got 4 minutes on the hourly candle before it closes. And then, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give this probably one more time a bid. Could trap me. It probably will. Do not take this trade. It is not looking like a good trade to take. So do not take it. I'm just at this point, I want to risk. I want to put on some risk because I was just long from down here. And it's frustrating to see the price where it's right back here again. And numbers is coming in at 10 o'clock. So maybe we could push, right? So that's what I'm hoping for. Let me see. Okay, come on, fill me now. My gosh. No, I gotta stick to the plan. At least down here. I want to see that gap get closed. Let's see if maybe we get picked up at 5,100. That's where the gap is at, 5,100. So numbers coming in at 10. I guess we were maybe just waiting for numbers before we can push off higher. This is the area I want to be long though, right here at 02. Just sucks how many times it already bounced from there. This is a risky play. Now, especially with all these bounces that we just had. 957 numbers is incoming. All right. Do not make this trade. Nobody should be following me into any trade. This is a very risky trade. All right. Again, there's a lot of more reasons to go lower than to go higher at this point. We just had this failed breakout as well. Oh my gosh. Like, what am I? You snooze, you lose. This thing is just bouncing so much from here. It's kind of frustrating. Fudge. I know she wants to go higher. I know it wants to go higher. I'm telling you, we're going to see what happens at 10 o'clock. If this thing pushes right at 10, it's going to be nothing but a comedy show. Because basically what that tells me is that they were just waiting for the numbers as the fuel. To give an excuse to go higher. Oh my gosh. Numbers incoming at 10. Let's see if we can fill that gap to the 5,100. We sort of maybe did. I mean, 0150. Is that considered a gap fill? Maybe. Come on. All right, so let's get ready. News is incoming. 58, 59, 2 minutes. 59. I'm going to wait for the numbers. I have to wait. Not because I care what the numbers say, but because I care how price is going to react to those numbers. Fuck. This is the frustrating part. It's starting to push already before the numbers. It's like unbelievable. Here we go. 10 o'clock. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. Can we go? Numbers. You gotta love them. You gotta love numbers. Whenever numbers get released, it's like it's ridiculous. We're just waiting for them. Maybe we're just gonna have a massive push. Maybe not. Do not be trading numbers. It's risky. This thing could dump. Okay? Like I said, there's more reasons to go lower right now than to go higher. There's more reasons to go lower than to go higher. 9:59. All right, 15 seconds. Get ready. Let's see what's about to happen. I hope we go lower before we go higher. Oh my gosh, see what I'm talking about? Look at it. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding? Unbelievable. What a prick. What a prick. This was always going to happen. What a prick. It went without me. But the first move sometimes is the trap, though. First move sometimes is the trap. Be careful. I added one here just to... It's a gamble. It's a risky trade. It's a very risky one. Do not do it. Do not do this. First move sometimes can be the trap, all right? Do not do this trade. We were just long. What was wrong with doing this move before, man? What was wrong with it? There was nothing. It was just waiting for the stupid news. Gosh, frustrating. She wants to go higher, so let's go higher with it. We've known this. We've been long since 8:30 in the morning. Gosh. Come on. Now go fill that wick. Don't leave that massive wick like that. You know you want to. Frustrating. We got denied right at 19. How does that even happen like that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Can we start to fill it? I'm only in on one right now. Can't complain. I don't want to be taking too much risk, especially with that massive wick that we're leaving, apparently. This thing is just... It's amazing the way it works. It's amazing, I'm telling you. I've always known that this was going to happen since 8:30. But it's just waiting for the news. It waited for the news. You see that? Like, spoke it into existence. I'm still long. I'm going to be long. This thing wants all-time highs. Come on, let's get a nice trend now. Now we've tested this support so many times. What a chop fest it was at open. We don't get the follow-through move. Come on, let's get on this nice tight trend. Let's see if we can push. Come on, a little bit more. Come on, man. Come on. What were the numbers? Were they good or were they bad? Let's find out. So the numbers were... I guess lower than expected. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but... Well, doesn't matter. I've known that this was going to happen the entire time. Since 8:30 in the freaking morning when I bought at this level. I bought at this freaking level and I didn't want to... Oh my gosh, it frustrates me. Frustrates. She wants all-time highs. This thing wants to go to the all-time highs. It's just, it might chop around more. I don't know what this thing wants to do. The idea is the same. Could have, would have, should have been long since 02. Should have risked it down there. Let's see if we can get some more follow-through on this move, though. That's a crazy wick, though. That is not pretty. So if we're going to go, we're going to go. Well, we kind of have to go, or else this will be a failed breakout in a way. I don't know if you saw that lag there, but that was not pretty. I don't even know how that happened. First move could be the trap, like I said. So I'm going to sit patiently. I'm going to wait. I just got stopped on that one. And I am down on that. 187. It's fucking unbelievable. Unbelievable to know that you were long from the right place right at 02. And then you're waiting for it to happen at open. You add another one into the push, expecting for price to pretty much reach those levels. And fuck. It does it at the news. With the news, I mean. If O2 is going to continue to hold, I'm just going to buy again down here and fucking hold this thing. O2 is becoming too predictable now. Come on, ES. Like, pick a way, you know? Like, be nice. Oh my goodness. This thing today, not playing the levels correctly. I should have taken that profit there. I just got stopped out. What a fucking wick, too. Now it just stopped me out on this stupid wick. I might be over this thing already. I'm more angry at the fact that, like, why would it not happen? We were long on this whole move looking for the exact same push. This exact same push is what I was looking for at open. It didn't want to do it at open. It wanted to do it with the news. And then it does this. Come on. This is... Oh, well. Shit happens. I'm going to average into this position, I think. I think this thing wants to go higher. But let's see. Let's wait patiently. Let's wait. Let's see a trap. Right now, it looks more like a trap to the upside than to the downside. This had happened to the downside would have been better at first. Market's not that easy, though. Can't be too easy. See, this is support right here. O2. You can clearly see that. How many times did we not bounce from here? Multiple times at this point. If I want to consider buying, if we get another dip here, I'm probably going to buy it at this point. My gosh, man. I was just freaking long this position, too. I'm gonna give this one more shot, and you know what? I'm gonna make my stop wide on this. I'm chasing it, I know it, but I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna average in my position. This thing comes lower, I'll be adding another one. This is clearly support here. I should be long from here. I'm already pissed off about this move already. So at this point, seems like it wants to. I know it's gonna go here. It wants to make the highs, right? So it's just a matter of finding that entry. The entry was obviously here, but didn't quite plan out as I hoped. I'm currently long one, like I said. I want to add another one, but you know what's going to happen if I add another one. This thing is going to start pulling back. I already got this feeling if I click that buy button again, it's going to come back. We get over that 13. You see where we get denied right here? Maybe now we go to that 20 level. Come on, yes. Come on. I want to stay long. I want to stay long. Just show me some more push. Let's go to those highs. We know we want it. We know we want it. We know we want it. Hover above 13. Like that, we start squeezing. That would be nice. We have to get above 13. We cannot be getting denied here like this. We get over 13, it's almost guaranteed we're going to 20. Almost. Nothing's guaranteed in the market. Alrighty. Now we're going. There we go. I'm adding another one. I'm adding another one as well into this push. Come on, ES, come on. Let's go. Come on, ES, come on. Give it, baby. Come on. Do it. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Let's go to the 20. Let's go to the 20. I gotta mute that. That's not Come on, man. Come on, yes. Are we not gonna go? Come on. It would be nice to go. Fuck. After this, I'm gonna be done, I think. I'm over this thing. She doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go. I'm over this prick. This prick. Just go. We want to go there, but yeah, obviously I've probably added at the wrong times a little bit. Maybe it's always like that though, isn't it? When I add, not great, but let's see what's gonna happen. We gotta hold that 13. We have to hold the 13. As long as we hold 13, I'll be okay. But if we don't, we're not. Come on, come on. One more push, yes. You know you want to get to that 20. You know you want to get to that 20. Come on. Fuck this thing. Come on. Let's get a push. I see that doji on that candle, but with momentum, I can add on strength. I mean, fuck, I added a bit late to all my contracts. Should have been 5 long from down there. Come on, let's see if we can get this push. We got to start pushing. We got to start ripping. Come on. Come on, ES. Don't get denied here. Don't double top this thing. All the double top traders are going to be getting on you. Going to be jumping on you. Come on. I think we want those highs. We want those highs at 23. Come on. I'm in 3 at this point, as I said already. We can get that push to the 20. That would be the best. And then I can leave a runner. I'm going to be leaving 1 runner if we get 2 out at 20. Come on, ES. Take out 2 at 20. Come on. Come on, ES. You can do it. 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 Come on. Fuck. Come on. She wants it. She wants to do it very bad. I just want to de-risk here a little bit. I'm gonna go break even just in case. We already tested this, so I need price to pretty much keep going. With this tight trend, I do not want to be sitting on 3 contracts with any pullback. I'm gonna go break even already. No complaints. I want to be taking 2 out of 20. Please, ES, let's get this push so we can continue on with our day. Come on. Stops at 13.25. Right below, well, not really below the candle, but come on, ES. Come on. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. Yeah, I'm going to go break even. I'm not willing to risk nothing on this. Come on. Yes, wants it. Yes, wants it. She wants 20. I think she wants 20. Come on. I'm in on 3. Let's get 2 out of 20. Come on, ES. One push. Don't be mean. I know we got that resistance here. It's mild at 16.25. Come on, we can push above it. We can do it. We get above 16.25. Come on, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. Let's do it. 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 Come on. Take it out at 20 so I can leave a runner. We're trying to get a runner on here. We're trying to get a runner here. The all-time high is at 23.50. 23.50 is the current all-time high. We want to get it. Come on. We got to push. There's the pivot on the SPY. Right now we're coming across, so we are in for a treat if this thing gets denied. I'm going to probably take one out right here at this top. Okay. Maybe a little bit right here, just in case we don't want to get all the way. I'm going to take one out at 20. The SPY is on the pivot. I've talked about those pivots already. So, like I said, we're in for a treat right now. Come on, ES. Fuck. Don't do this, man. Come on. Let's go. Come on, ES. Come on. The dollar's selling. The dollar is selling. But it is getting to that pivot. Come on. Just one more push, baby. One more push. One more push. One more push. One more push. One more push, ES. Come on. So close. It's so close. Come on. Come on. Let's get it. I know you wanted the all-time high is at 23.50. The all-time high is at 23.50. I want one at 18.75, one at 20, and I'll leave a runner on, okay? Let's do that. That plan, I like that plan. The dollar is continuing to sell. The dollar's showing weakness. But so is this freaking pricky ass. Come on, man. Unbelievable. That pivot acting. You know, I want to give this some room. I need to give this a little bit more room. Don't double top this. All the double top traders are in here right now. They're chanting for joy with the double top. They're coming up to the all-time high. They know that this thing has resistance here. So come on. We have to go. We have to go, ES. Don't do this. What a prick. Come on. This is the current trade. Current numbers right now that are on the board. Come on. We have to get going, man. We got to get going. I want to give this some room, but you know what? If this thing gets denied from here, it's not going to be pretty. And yeah, I'm not trying to be stupid, especially with the comment, considering how close we are to being done this thing. But this thing wants to go. I'm telling you, this thing wants to go. Come on, just break over that pivot, ES. Break it. I'm telling you it's coming. This thing wants it. Come on. This is when I miss my music. I do miss listening to music. What a... come on. We're really not gonna make it above this. Are you shitting me? Fuck. What a prick. Come on, ES. You know what? Fuck this thing. I'm gonna leave this thing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. This thing. Just go to the high. It's right there. Come on, I know we want to get this high. We're giving us some space, some time. Doesn't have to be here right now. Do it right now, but come on. It would be nice for you to do this right now, yes. Very nice. Oh my goodness. It's one of those days where the move it's coming, I'm in late and I knew it was coming, but now I just gotta sit through it. Unfortunately, it is what it is, but I know it's coming. I should have been long from that O2 level as I was when I started streaming, I was already long for an hour. She wants the all-time high. I'm telling you, this thing wants all-time high. Do not be trading just because I'm in a trade. Do not do what I'm doing. I'm in 3 contracts at this point. All right. I just want to see a nice push. I want to see a nice push. Can it happen now? Can it happen now? Rip it. Rip it. What a prick. I already know what happens if I take profit. If I take profit, this thing's going to shoot. If I take profit, I'm telling you, this thing is going to rip. So, we got the lucky shirt on. Okay? Feel it. The dollar's selling. The dollar is showing a lot of weakness. I'm going to give this as much as room as I can possibly give it. I do think we want to push. We're consolidating for that next leg. Again, don't be trading. Do not copy none of these trades. None. Come on. It's so close. That all-time high is right there at 23. I'll be basically streaming, taking profit right below that all-time high. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful video. Come on. I don't know. I don't like how this thing is kind of moving like this. Come on, fill it, fill it, fill it at 19. It's so close. It's so close. Come on. Do it. Do it for daddy. Do it. Do it. All right, I'm going to try and de-risk a little bit because clearly she doesn't want to go. She doesn't want to go. So unfortunately, that's some of the days. I mean, oh my goodness, this thing, it's like it's frustrating. It is frustrating. I'm not going to lie to you. It is. It can be frustrating. It's either we're going to go or we're not going to go. Ah, so close. It's so close. Those highs are so close, yes. Come on. Not happening for me today. Not happening. I want to give this some room, but like I said, I really, really want to give this some room. I think we have potential to push. Come on, ES. Come on. Let's get it. It's right there. 20 is right there, baby. It's right there. The all-time high is right above. The dollar's still showing weakness. Again, I don't trade just because of that. I was long from the O2 from the bottom there. I should have been done with this account already, but I don't even want to look at it. I'm telling you, I don't want to look at it. I'm looking at Bookmap. We have that liquidity at the 20. We have a lot of liquidity at 20. It's a magnet at this point. The all-time high is just above us as well. I'm really trying to keep my emotion out of this thing because I feel like I know we're going to go there. I'm going to take one out at 19. If it wants to give me one at 1875. Come on. This was the original sort of plan. Oh, if we rip out of this thing, it's going to squeeze. It's going to squeeze. I'm telling you. All-time high is at 23.50. Come on, ES. Come on. Come on. Come on. She wants to go. I'm telling you. Liquidity is at 20. So I'm going to take two out at 1975, 1950. Like that, we're in front of that liquidity, if that makes sense. There we go. Go, come on. It's so close. Oh, there we go. 20. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Now on this one, I go break even. And that one's called a runner. That's called a runner. Okay? Runner. 2. Fill at 20. What did I say? What did I say? I told you. This thing wants to go all-time highs. The all-time high is at 23.50. Look at this blue line. 23 freaking 50. That's the all-time high. That's where the magnet is right now. The question is, will we go there? I have no idea. I'm just trying to leave a runner. I'm trying to keep my emotions out of it. I'm trying to follow my process, okay? My account's looking healthy right now, but I do need... I want to give this some space. I want to give this some time. I want to see if we can potentially break above it if she wants to. If not, I break even on it. That's fine. I already took profit on 2. The account's good. It's in the green. I cannot complain, but I do think that if we break above this right now, it's going to be a ripper. So I want to be in for that. I want to be protected in case we decide to rip. Because if this thing starts ripping, you're not going to have time to get back in it. So I'm telling you, trust me. Don't trust me. Do not be taking no advice from me for any trades whatsoever. Look at this. Entertainment purposes only. All right. That's it. But I'm leaving a runner. That was the whole point of this trade. Take 2 at 20, right in front of that liquidity. You can see here we're getting denied. This is normal. After we have a big orders, it's pretty much sitting here. This is normal to get a nice pullback. It's actually very healthy to see that the pullback is only a minor one. So it gives us some time and some more room to squeeze. Now I have a runner. I gotta let this runner work. I could take the profit on the runner, but I have to believe that that this thing wants to go to the all-time high, which is minimum at 23.50. The all-time high is 23.50 right here on this blue line that I'm adjusting right now. This is the goal here. This is the all-time high of the current market. Can we get it? And I'm trading, which is amazing. I'm trading the all-time high. Let me close this up. Oh, I forget. Which one is it now? Yeah, it's this one. So many curtains on this place that... Anyways, I said it. We had the lucky shirt. The lucky shirt worked again. Runner activated. Beautiful. Beautiful. This thing wants it. This thing wants it. Look at the account. How much are we up on the account right now? 850 if I lock it in. 850. We would have been up more, but I did take that one stop out, unfortunately. So It is what it is. We gotta just wait. We gotta let the runner do its job. The job of the runner is to run. All-time high sitting at 23.50. I already locked into a 20. I am waiting to see if we want to touch that all-time high with this runner. I'm already out to a 20. This is called the lottery winner. This runner does the job of winning the lotto max or the 649. I don't know in the States, whatever people play. But we're in a lotto. In the lotto winner. Let's see how much will the lotto pay. How much will the lottery pay? Let's find out. We make our own luck in this room. We make our own luck in this world. We make our own luck everywhere. I don't play no lotto max. Look at that. My lotto max ticket is right here. And if she's going to pay, this thing's going to make the all-time high. It's going to hit it and it's going to rip. You are watching history right now. You are watching history. You're seeing all-time highs essentially being hit. We're in a trade. There's nothing to do but letting that runner work. Let's see if we can get a little bit more of a push from this. I know that this is resistance. It's supposed to be like this at first. But we're either going to go or we're going to fall back. Whatever happens, I don't care. That's the job of the runner. It is not the runner's job to tell me that we are going to be making a new all-time high. It is only to cover me so I don't have no emotion if it chooses to go. Because imagine it breaks even, that's fine. Imagine it doesn't and it had kept on going. I would have been feeling a whole lot of FOMO and a whole lot of emotion, right? So that's the point of the runner, not to make me feel anything. Breaks even, it breaks even, not a big deal. Looks like we're going to be breaking even on it, maybe. I have no idea. Anything is possible. Probably the dollar's pretty much coming right back up, so. Almost. I'm looking for this. Every time I touch the chart and this is over it, it gets, what's it called? It goes behind it. I'm just letting this runner be. I don't care what happens to it. That's the point of the runner. There you go. Break even on the trade. Oh, on that runner. Not a big deal. At least we got to take out 2 at 20. We were up quite a bit more on the day, but because the runner broke even, not a big deal. We're still up 612. Whatever. Could have, would have, should have, held it. And look at that. It just broke it even for what? Just to bounce right from it? Oh my goodness. It's okay. Still concludes a good trade. Can't complain. Maybe I'll trade in the afternoon. For now, I think I'm done. I do not want to be in this thing anymore. It's frustrating, actually. I should be more than done this combine, but I'm not. I still got to make maybe another 500, I think, to be completed. Maybe in the afternoon. But over here, I was long at 8:30 at 0251, 0250. Arguably one of the best positions right here. Okay. I added another one here. And then I broke even on it. Basically, I think we were just waiting for the news. The news is the catalyst, right? The news is like the gas that was needed to make the ultimate goal happen, which is coming up here to the all-time highs. This was always going to be the trade. This was always going to be my intention. That was my thought process of buying down here. And then, well, when the news comes out at 10, it chops around a little bit, but then afterwards, we're pretty much ripping higher, right? So the idea I'm trying to get here, and I really hope that you can kind of understand what I'm saying. The news served today as the fuel to make the push higher that we were looking for. Sometimes you could be looking at the right trend, at the right idea with the perfect entry. But unfortunately, sometimes the news or numbers or any influence, anything that can influence the market heavily, That's what the market will wait for before it can make these moves. Why? Like I said, I have no idea. It's just my observations from what I can see. Market loves to wait for news and then make pretty much the ultimate move that it's going to make anyways. So very simple. I just want to display that. Basically, my entries are spot on. It's this one here without no emotion. It's as good as it gets. Very good. So I can pat myself on the back for that. Where I lack is conviction with having more contracts at the beginning. That's something I got to work on, because the best thing to do would have been, well, in hindsight, obviously, to be long from here, like 3 contracts, right? There was no need for me risking 3 contracts up here. The trade worked out, which is great, but it doesn't matter. The point is, it could have been better. You can always improve on as a trader. And yeah, I just thought at this point we were gonna essentially break down and maybe come back to retest the lower support, which I would have been buying there anyways. But could have, would have, should have. It takes a lot of screen time and pretty much patience and practice and trial and error to improve on to the next step. But at the end of the day, there's one thing that matters. Okay, doesn't matter how you trade the market. Doesn't matter what you do, what you think. This is what matters. Did your account grow at the end of the day? Did you follow a plan? Did you make it by mistake, or did you make it because you knew what you were doing? So that's the main takeaway, I guess, from today for myself. I'm speaking for myself. This is like a personal journal, I guess. But essentially, yeah, I did take a loss, or else I would have been up quite a bit more. And second, I would have been also up more if I didn't break even on my runner. But I don't like to take all 3 of them here. I would have liked to see a little bit more of a push. Right now, this could be a totally different conversation. We could be right now at all-time highs, and life would be beautiful. I mean, it still is, but I'm just saying, like, it would be even better, right, on that runner. Unfortunately, market will do whatever it wants to do and then make the push higher. All-time highs right here. I do think we're gonna come here, and we might even push above it. And if we don't, I don't care. It doesn't matter. We already are up green on the day. We should have been a lot more. We should have been done this thing. Now I need like another 400 to pass this combine. Why? Anyways, it happens. So I'm gonna go and do some other things. I'm probably gonna go enjoy the rest of the day until 3 o'clock. It is a nice day today here in Toronto, so I'm gonna get going. Thank you for watching. We had the lucky shirt. Lucky shirt worked. Look at that. We've got 2 filled up here. Perfect. So peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Do not be trading all day.